Most of us live our lives on autopilot, repeating the same routines day in and day out. We wake up, check our phones, rush through breakfast, and dive headfirst into the demands of the day. But what if I told you that there's a profound shift you can make, starting today, that will transform your life? It begins with a simple question. What is the greatest ideal of myself that I can be today? This question disrupts the habitual patterns that keep us stuck. When you wake up and consciously ask yourself this, you're signaling to your brain that change is coming. You see, our brains are wired to operate within familiar patterns. This wiring is based on our past experiences and beliefs. But here's the secret. You have the power to rewire your brain. By consistently envisioning your greatest self, you're creating new neural pathways. Neuroplasticity is a fascinating concept that reveals the brain's incredible ability to change and adapt throughout life. It's like a superpower that allows us to rewire our brains by forming new connections between neurons and reshaping existing ones. This process isn't just theoretical. It's something we can actively harness to transform our lives for the better. Imagine your brain as a vast network of neurons, which are specialized cells that communicate with each other through electrical and chemical signals. When you engage in activities like imagining your ideal self, you're actually activating specific neural pathways associated with that vision. It's like creating a mental blueprint or map of the person you aspire to become, someone successful, healthy, and happy. Here's how it works. Every time you vividly imagine yourself achieving your goals, living a healthy lifestyle, or experiencing happiness, you're stimulating certain regions of your brain. These regions include areas responsible for visualization, motivation, and emotion. As you repeatedly engage in these mental rehearsals, you strengthen the connections between neurons involved in these activities. Think of it as building a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Similarly, when you consistently imagine your ideal self, you're exercising your brain in a way that reinforces positive thoughts and behaviors. This mental exercise enhances your ability to focus on your goals, stay motivated, and overcome obstacles along the way. Moreover, neuroplasticity isn't just about imagining a better future, it's about actively shaping your reality. By visualizing yourself as successful, healthy, and happy, you're priming your brain to recognize opportunities that align with this vision. This phenomenon is often referred to as the law of attraction or manifestation, where your thoughts and beliefs influence the outcomes you experience in life. Scientific studies have shown that the brain undergoes physical changes in response to mental activities. When you consistently imagine positive outcomes or behaviors, you're not only strengthening neural pathways, but also creating new ones. These changes can lead to improved cognitive functions, emotional resilience, and overall well-being. For instance, if you envision yourself as a confident public speaker, your brain starts forming connections that support this skill. You may find yourself feeling more self-assured in social situations or speaking engagements over time. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's a deliberate process of rewiring your brain to align with your desired outcomes. Furthermore, neuroplasticity is a lifelong process. It means that at any age, you have the power to change your brain's structure and function through intentional practices. Whether you're learning a new skill, adopting healthier habits, or cultivating positive emotions, your brain responds by adapting to these experiences. Practical techniques to leverage neuroplasticity include visualization, affirmations, and mindfulness. Visualization involves mentally rehearsing your goals or desired outcomes in vivid detail. By repeatedly imagining yourself achieving success or embodying qualities like health and happiness, you're embedding these visions into your neural circuitry. Affirmations, on the other hand, are positive statements that reinforce your beliefs and aspirations. By affirming statements like, "I am successful," "I am healthy," or "I am happy," You're programming your subconscious mind with empowering messages. Over time, these affirmations influence your thoughts, attitudes, and behaviors, supporting your journey toward your ideal self. Let's delve into the fascinating world of emotions. Emotions are like the body's own language. They communicate how we feel deep inside. When we combine a crystal-clear vision of our ideal self with elevated emotions, something truly remarkable happens. It's not just about imagining who we want to be, it's about feeling it in every fiber of our being. Imagine having a vivid picture of your best self, confident, successful, and deeply fulfilled. Now add to this image emotions like gratitude, joy, and love. These emotions aren't just fleeting feelings, they're powerful states of being that resonate throughout your entire body and mind. Gratitude, for instance, goes beyond a simple thank you. It's about recognizing and appreciating the blessings in your life, big and small. When you feel genuine gratitude, you're acknowledging the abundance around you and signaling to the universe that you're open to receiving more of what brings you joy and fulfillment. Joy, on the other hand, is an exhilarating emotion that uplifts your spirit. It's that feeling of pure happiness that radiates from within when you're doing something you love or simply appreciating the present moment. When you infuse your vision of your ideal self with joy, you're aligning your thoughts and feelings with positivity and optimism. Love, perhaps the most profound of all emotions, is a force that transcends boundaries. When you embody love, whether it's self-love, love for others, or love for life itself, you're tapping into a universal energy that connects us all. Love nurtures compassion, understanding, and a deep sense of belonging, fostering an environment where growth and fulfillment thrive. Now, why are these emotions so crucial when envisioning your ideal self? It's because emotions are the fuel that propels your thoughts into action. When you combine a clear mental image of who you want to become with elevated emotions like gratitude, joy, and love, you create a harmonious state of being. Here's how it works on a deeper level. Emotions are not just fleeting reactions. They have a profound impact on your body's chemistry and physiology. When you experience positive emotions, your brain releases chemicals like dopamine and endorphins, often referred to as the feel-good hormones. These chemicals not only make you feel happier and more energetic, but also support overall well-being. Meditation and mindfulness are powerful tools to cultivate these elevated emotions. When you meditate, you quiet the chatter of your mind and open yourself to higher states of consciousness. This isn't just about relaxation, it's about accessing your true potential. Studies have shown that during deep meditation, the brain enters coherent states where profound healing and transformation occur. This isn't pseudoscience, it's backed by research that demonstrates how our thoughts and emotions directly impact our physiology. Here's the quantum secret they don't want you to know. Your thoughts and emotions are not confined to your skull. They extend beyond your body. Quantum physics tells us that we are all interconnected through a vast field of energy. This field, often referred to as the quantum field, is influenced by our consciousness. When you think and feel in alignment with your desires, you're tapping into this field. It's where possibilities and probabilities converge. Imagine this. Your thoughts are like seeds planted in the fertile soil of the quantum field. When nurtured with focused intention and elevated emotions, these seeds begin to sprout and manifest in your life. This isn't just wishful thinking, it's a shift in perspective that opens doors to synchronicities and opportunities you never thought possible. When you align your inner state with your desired outcomes, the universe conspires to make it happen. Now let's delve deeper into the profound concept of gratitude. Gratitude isn't just saying thank you out of politeness. It's actually a potent state of being that opens the door to receiving more of what you desire in life. When you experience genuine gratitude, you're doing more than just acknowledging something good that happened to you or something you received. You're actively engaging with the universe in a way that signals openness and receptivity. It's like telling the universe, I appreciate this, and I'm ready for more. Gratitude operates on a principle of reciprocity. When you express gratitude, whether for a kind gesture from someone, a fortunate event, or simply for the good things in your life, you're creating a positive feedback loop. This loop reinforces your connection with the universe or with others and enhances the likelihood of more positive experiences flowing into your life. Scientifically, gratitude has been shown to have profound effects on our well-being. When you genuinely feel grateful, your brain releases neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. These are chemicals associated with feelings of happiness, contentment, and overall well-being. So, practicing gratitude isn't just about being polite. It's about actively cultivating a state of mind that supports your mental and emotional health. Moreover, gratitude shifts your focus from what might be lacking in your life to what you already have and appreciate. It's a mindset that fosters abundance consciousness rather than scarcity. When you consistently acknowledge and appreciate the good things, no matter how small, you're training your mind to see more opportunities and blessings around you. So gratitude is a form of energy exchange. By expressing gratitude, you're energetically aligning yourself with the positive aspects of life. This alignment can attract more positive experiences, people, and opportunities into your reality. It's like tuning into a frequency of abundance and prosperity. Practicing gratitude doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to reflect on and appreciate the good things in your life. You might keep a gratitude journal where you write down 3 things you're thankful for each day. This practice not only helps you cultivate a habit of gratitude, but also serves as a reminder of the abundance already present in your life. Furthermore, expressing gratitude towards others can strengthen your relationships and deepen your connections. When you acknowledge and appreciate someone else's kindness or support, you not only uplift their spirits, but also contribute to a positive cycle of goodwill and reciprocity. Another powerful aspect of gratitude is its ability to shift your perspective during challenging times. Even when facing difficulties or setbacks, finding something to be grateful for can provide a sense of perspective and resilience. It doesn't mean ignoring problems, but rather choosing to focus on what you can control and appreciate amidst the challenges. Moreover, gratitude can be a transformative practice when applied intentionally. For example, before you go to bed each night, you can take a few minutes to reflect on your day and express gratitude for the positive experiences, lessons learned, or moments of growth. This practice helps to anchor your awareness in positivity and abundance, setting the stage for a restful and rejuvenating sleep. Scientific research has shown that practicing gratitude enhances neural connectivity and releases neurotransmitters that promote well-being. It's like giving your brain a dose of positivity that ripples through your entire body. So every evening, before you lay down to rest, take a moment to give thanks for your life. Feel gratitude with every fiber of your being. This simple practice not only shifts your mindset, but also primes your body for healing and renewal overnight. Now let's explore the profound concept of awareness in more detail. When you open your awareness to the space around you, it's not merely about being in the present moment. It's a gateway to connecting with the quantum field itself. This concept might sound complex, but in simple terms, it means accessing the fundamental fabric of reality where all possibilities exist. Imagine your awareness as a spotlight that can illuminate different aspects of your surroundings and even your own thoughts and emotions. When you expand this spotlight, you're tuning into a broader spectrum of existence beyond your immediate concerns and worries. This expanded awareness allows you to perceive things more clearly, both externally and internally. One of the remarkable benefits of expanding your awareness is its effect on your body and mind. It's been scientifically shown that increasing awareness can lead to a reduction in stress hormones circulating in your system. Stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline can wreak havoc on your health when they're chronically elevated. By opening your awareness, you create a physiological shift towards greater calmness and balance. Moreover, expanding your awareness also influences your brain's activity. Instead of being scattered or overwhelmed by thoughts, opening your awareness helps you enter what scientists call coherent brainwave states. These are states where your brain operates with harmony and synchronization, similar to the calmness you might feel during meditation or deep relaxation. In coherent brainwave states, your mind becomes more efficient and clear. You may find it easier to focus, make decisions, and creatively solve problems. It's like tuning your brain to a frequency that supports mental clarity and emotional stability. Now let's connect this to the idea of the quantum field. The quantum field is a concept from physics that describes the underlying nature of reality at the smallest scales. It suggests that everything in the universe is interconnected and influenced by waves of energy and potentiality. When you open your awareness, you're tuning into this field of infinite possibilities. Think of the quantum field as a vast ocean of energy where thoughts, emotions, and intentions have the power to create ripples and waves. Your awareness acts as a bridge between your individual consciousness and this universal field of potential. By expanding your awareness, you're essentially broadening your access to these infinite possibilities. Practically speaking, how can you expand your awareness? It begins with simple practices like mindfulness and meditation. These techniques help you become more present and attentive to your inner and outer experiences. As you practice mindfulness, you start to notice the subtle details of your surroundings, the sights, sounds, and sensations that often go unnoticed. This heightened awareness isn't about thinking, it's about sensing. It's about feeling the subtle energies that connect us all. The more you practice this, the more attuned you become to the rhythms of the universe. And most of our thoughts and feelings stem from our past experiences. Our brains are wired to reflect everything we've learned and encountered in life. But here's the key: you can transcend these patterns. When you make a deliberate choice to adopt new thoughts and emotions, you're actually transforming your brain. This process isn't about ignoring or pushing away your past experiences. Instead, it's about forging a pathway towards a fresh future, one that resonates with your deepest hopes and dreams. Let's break this down step by step. Your brain is incredibly adaptable. It's not fixed or unchangeable. Instead, it's constantly evolving based on your thoughts, emotions, and experiences. This phenomenon is known as neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity means that your brain can reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout your life. Every time you think a new thought or feel a new emotion, you're literally creating new pathways in your brain. Now, why? Well, I believe that there are degrees of self-love, and people confuse self-love with pleasure, and it's not the same. That the more we are content and love ourselves, the less need we have in our environment for love. And love and need has been very confusing for a lot of people. So if you have two individuals, and by the way, relationships aren't just with one person. We get different things from different people that we have in our lives, and we shouldn't limit our relationship to one person. Not to say that you can't be in an intimate relationship. I'm saying that we have numerous relationships that are equally as important in the grand scope of who we are as souls on the journey. You just can't love one person and despise everybody else. It's got to be consistent, right? But in a relationship where we're talking about men and women, the number one thing is having the same purpose. That if you have a purpose to truly be your best, and you're a person in your life that wants that same thing, well, you're heading in the same direction. And if your passion is to change the world, If your passion is to make a difference, if your passion is to end world hunger, if your passion is to resolve global warming, your passion is to lead by example. Whatever your passion is to have an abundant life doesn't matter to me. And those two people share that very same purpose, and they're moving in the same direction. If they understand then that evolution means that there will be certain things that we can agree on, and that I'm going to bring my best to the relationship and you bring your best to the relationship, then we have something in common. And when I'm not at my best, I'm going to excuse myself and not ask you to make me feel better. I'm going to make sure that I'm sovereign enough that when I make my way back to connect with you, that we are going to celebrate our triumphs. You have your world, I have my world. Let's go. And then when we connect, let's make sure that we reflect what we've learned. If I'm stuck and I need a perspective, I want to know your perspective, but only when I ask. If I'm ready to ask, then give me your greatest truth. That's what great relationships do. We support one another in that way. And then it's a give and take, which means then mistakes will be made. There will be challenges. You are going to show certain aspects of a program when you're switched on. No problem with that. The question is, how long are you going to stay there? Because if you stay there, then you may say something, I want this with your conscious mind, but your subconscious mind is saying something else. People awakening on the path, on the journey, it takes great effort to nurture the space for that kind of evolution. But people who do this well, that are self-aware, do not have to work in a relationship. I will not work in a relationship. That's not my job. If I'm working in a relationship, then it's not flowing. If you bring your best and I bring my best and we celebrate our efforts every single day, we talk about what we've learned, we talk about if we had another opportunity, how we can do it better. If I allow you to take your thought all the way to the end and I say, then how can I support you? How can I bring that out in you? What would be the best thing? And if you lose that sense of purpose or you fall from grace, how can I, in that moment, what do you want me to tell you? If I notice it, tell me the exact words, like you're doing it again. Okay. Not like you're doing it again, but like, hey, you're doing it again. So that the person can, get back on purpose. Now that begins to create a great bond. And that bond is built on true love. So when you have a relationship where you are overcoming needs, you're overcoming the belief of the way relationships should be based on our observation of our own parents and the way they treated one another. Consciousness and energy are connected. So there's a change in energy globally going on with the world. Now that knowledge and that change of energy has effects on paradigms that are no longer a vibrational match with that new level of consciousness. So you see a political system that's unraveling. You see economic systems unraveling. They're unspiraling, they're unraveling. They can't sustain themselves with this new energy. You see journalism, the environment, education, religion, medicine, it's all unraveling because something greater has to come as a result of a change in consciousness. Now, no victims here because you and I negotiated from a soul level to be here at this time. This is the time we've been waiting for. This is where it's happening in the Milky Way. It's happening here because there's a true coming of a new consciousness. It's not one person that's coming. It's a group, it's a collective consciousness that's emerging. And emergence is one mind, one heart. And those emotions, because they're addictive and emotions are the record of the past, then for the most part, the body as the unconscious mind does not know the difference between an experience in your life that creates an emotion and an emotion that you can fabricate by thought alone. To the body, it's the same. So a person who's living in anger every day or sadness in every day, their body as their unconscious mind is believing it's in the same past conditions, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Their body is in the past. So when a person takes that emotion and literally denatures it and turns it into another emotion, the freedom from that addiction, breaking the chains from that emotional addiction, is called self-love, is called joy. Now there's a liberation of energy. The person is in love with themselves, they're in love with their life, and they say that was so worth it. And all of a sudden they look back at their past and they say, I would never change anything in my past because it brought me to this present moment. And when you can look back at your past that way, then the past rolls up to the present moment, and now you're beginning to experience true freedom. That certain people will not see possibility until they reach crisis, until they reach their lowest level, and then they're going to wake up and say, I better change. I think the greatest demonstration of change really is to begin to show others how to do it, to be the living example of it. That when you and I are the living example of joy, that when we are not attached to what people think or emotions that keep us feeling sick, and we are celebrating life, and we are passionate about our future, that we are filled with ideas and inspiration, that's a very contagious state of being. And people that are lost in habits or lost in those emotional states, they will see it initially as an affront. It will be a confronting moment for them. But inside them, they secretly want to be free. They just don't know how to do it. So we always say in our workshops, you always know when someone is in the midst of change because they stop talking about it. They don't talk about it. They're too busy being it. So if you and I are waking up every morning and demonstrating change in our life, the people in our life have one of two choices. They either begin to become inspired by change for themselves, not because you're preaching to them philosophically, but because you're demonstrating it in your life. They'll either rise up to that, or the person cannot maintain a relationship with the person who's living in such freedom, which means they'll probably stay the same for the rest of their life. But if crisis happens, they may make another choice. So my recommendation for people who are steeped in habits and emotional states and patterns of thought, the individuals around them have to live in a state of joy. They have to live in a state of freedom. They have to demonstrate it in every single area of their life. And normally there's a thing in physics called entrainment, which means sooner or later, others start to vibrate at the same rate as you. So be the example and don't drop to their level of suffering, because if a person is suffering or a person is stuck in a pattern, they're using people and conditions in their life to reaffirm that addiction to suffering, that addiction to guilt, that addiction to difficulty. But if they're no longer using you for that addiction because you're overjoyed, they have a choice now. They can surrender that, and that's the greatest thing you can do for them, is to no longer meet them on that level, but begin to influence them to rise up, not by what you say, but who you are. You have one of two choices. Notice them. Nothing wrong with feeling frustrated. Nothing wrong with feeling sad. Emotions are not bad. They're the end product of past experiences, and we can remember experiences better because we can remember how we feel. But when you have a reaction to someone or something in your life, there's a refractory period of chemicals that are created. There is an alteration in your chemistry. 70% of the time, people in their... If you stick to your old habits and memories, you'll just keep creating the same future. Your body holds your unconscious mind. Many people prefer the comfort of what's familiar rather than risking something new. So, when people say they don't see how their thoughts affect their future, it's because 95% of those thoughts are automatic. You don't even realize you're having them. The first step to change is to start noticing what you're thinking and then changing it. When you begin to observe your thoughts, you're no longer just a part of the program. You are now aware and observing yourself. This shift is crucial. Once you're aware, you need to stay conscious and avoid slipping back into old patterns. It requires a lot of awareness and energy. If you don't raise your energy levels, you'll fall back into old habits. As you become more aware of these automatic thoughts, you'll catch them more often. Research shows you can even start sensing thoughts before they fully form. The key is to regularly experience feelings like gratitude, wholeness, abundance, and freedom. If you do this every day, you'll start to feel like your desired future has already happened, rather than waiting for it to arrive. When you're connected to the past, you're always searching for the future. But when you embody the future you want, you change your energy. No one changes until their energy changes, and changing your energy changes your life. you'll start to feel like your future is already here. By maintaining this new mindset and emotional state throughout the day, regardless of external circumstances, you'll start to notice unexpected opportunities and coincidences appearing in your life. When people ask me why I meditate every morning, I say it's because if I can overcome my old self in the morning, the rest of the day is easier. Mastering yourself means mastering your life. During meditation, the default chatter in your brain, called the default mode network, shuts off not just during the session but for the rest of the day. This helps you stay focused and trust yourself more. As you practice creating harmony between your brain and heart, you'll believe in a future you can't yet see or experience. Your brain will start to act as if your goals have already been achieved, making it easier to reach them. Repeatedly visualizing and experiencing this future helps rewire your brain to align with your goals. Eventually, this new way of thinking becomes a habit. You'll start acting happier because you've installed new neural pathways. When you face challenges and push through, you'll become more kind, loving, patient, and present. You'll be mastering time, not stuck in the past or future. If you focus all your energy on the present moment, you'll have the power to achieve amazing things. Take time each day to disconnect from your daily routine and invest in yourself. Believing in yourself opens up new possibilities. When you have a strong will and push through challenges, you'll start to feel happier without needing anything external.